Yo, what is up guys and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Gawx. He has one of the most insane editing styles on YouTube. And for a long time, this actually stopped me from picking up my camera because his videos just felt impossible to compete with. But after studying his editing technique for a long time, I can now narrow it down and actually say that it's not that hard to recreate. So in this video, we're going to be going over 3 of his most used editing techniques, and I will show you how to recreate them yourself. And the last effect that we're going to go over actually changed the way I edit. But before we get started, I want to let you know that I've just launched my new community. So the link is in the description. If you want, for example, my LUT or all of my editing assets, you know where to find them. It's less than a burger. So let's just jump straight into Premiere Pro. Alright, let's get started with the Gawx film look. What we're going to do now is basically just creating 4 adjustment layers, which will all be serving their individual purpose. And for the first layer, you just want to be going in my pack and adding the Sony S-Log3 to Rec 709 conversion, if that is what your camera settings are. So basically just transforming your color space. And then we're going to be adding the second adjustment layer and calling it base. And we're going to be, adjusting the basic stuff like exposure, contrast, highlights, and just the basic stuff. But also, as you guys can see, this shot is, pretty close to the sea. So I feel like it's, natural to give it that minus temperature, move it slightly to the left and just give it those bluish tones. And also add this saturation a bit. Don't worry too much about the contrast because we're going to be doing that in the next adjustment layer, which is the S-line, which is going to be called. And the S-line is basically where I do most of my contrast work. So just go into the RGB curves and then just create this slight and nice S-line where you have 3 pinpoints, one in the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the top. And then just creating this shape that I'm doing right now. And as you guys can see, I'm adjusting the bottom left a bit as well, like the absolute bottom, that's the blacks, and then the top right a bit to just smoothen out the contrast. And as you guys can see, this makes a pretty nice difference. And now for the LUT, the Cineworm LUT, which is my LUT, and just take a look at this difference that it makes. It's absolutely insane. You gotta go to the link in the description and just check this one out because I just absolutely love this. It just makes it look like we're inside the Batman movie. And now my favorite grain of all time, I'm gonna be coming to this grain in the last step of the video and gonna be giving you guys it there. But now what you want to do is just import it and then just scale it up to whatever size your footage is, and then copy it to the length of your footage. As you guys can see, I have a lot of footage, so I'm just copying it, and then nest all of your grain layers and then turn the opacity to overlay. This is what I just love with my grain, and then put it on opacity 40%, which usually gives you this warm and nice texturing, but it's not too much of overkill. As you guys can see, the top adjustment layer I forgot to write, but that is my LUT. And then you can turn down the LUT intensity, so varying from 30 to 100%. I usually have it on about 40% with my footage, but now it just looked so nice at 100%. Then we have the 3D tracking. Look at this. This is something that Gawx uses all of the time to just get his footage looking real. So I'm going to be adding a 2-noded camera at 35 millimeters. And as you guys can see, I'm now adding some text to be typing it out and then placing it on my footage. You can use this and track it to certain objects, or just to get that text in the scene looking natural and alive, which makes a huge difference. And a lot of productions use this technique to just seem premium and just make it alive. So I'm just gonna be spacing it out. And after you're done with that, highlight all of your layers and put the camera on top, and then press the 3D button. Just look at this. Now you can actually go into the 2D view and drag the camera backwards. As you guys can see, you're dragging your footage backwards and then scaling it up. And if you go back to the one view, what basically happens now is that you have a lot more room to adjust your text, which I'm going to be doing now in a second. But first, go into the transform on the camera, make a position keyframe at the end of your clip, and then go to the start and then just drag the position slider, and as you can see now, the camera is sort of like surging inwards. And what this is going to create is going to create this natural camera zoom out effect. So then highlight your keyframes, press F9, and then create this smooth speed ramp in the speed section. And as you guys can see now in the results, it feels like the camera is like almost moving outwards towards us. And then that is basically what gives your text that alive feeling, which I just absolutely love. This looks great. What you can do now is go to the camera options and go to the aperture. Drag the aperture to whatever settings you like. You can have a lot. Aperture is basically what decides in a camera how much of the focus, how much is going to be in focus, basically. Then going to the 2D space again, you can now drag and adjust your text to which your liking is. But I'm going to be taking my text and be putting it closer to the camera, which will then resolve in the text actually coming into the space with the camera. As you guys can see now, the effect text actually comes in with the camera, which is super nice. So this is basically the effect. Love it. You can use it for various settings, and it's nice. Now the warm cozy grain. Look, this grain is sick. It's called the holygrain, and I was actually searching for this for a really long time, but in the link in the description I actually found a link to this grain. It's totally free, looks amazing, and I got it from a guy named Phil Does Stuff, if I am correct, and he makes a lot of woodwork and cinematic editing videos. I absolutely love him, so check him out. This is your first time seeing my face, because this is my face reveal, so I hope that you like the content that I have shown you guys today, and you want to subscribe and check out, because things are happening, things are coming. Stay blessed and have a great rest of your days, and yeah, Jonas Tech out.